Welcome to the Value Cruiser, where we search out the deals for you to save you time and money. Here are the deals of the week for the weekend of November 14th, 2025. And as always, prices are for an interior room unless otherwise noted. And we will go in chronological order from the soonest sailing date. For daily deals and other cruise happenings, including cruise vlogs, subscribe to us right here on YouTube and follow us on our other social media channels. We're going to start off with a couple of Princess deals. They are the king of last minute deals this week, especially this one right here. Going on the Sun Princess, which is a 1-year-old ship sailing December 14th through December 21st of 2025. This is a 7-day Eastern Caribbean with St. Thomas itinerary from $399. A lot of good ports on this itinerary. You can also get an ocean view from $499, which is another great deal for a 7-night cruise on a 1-year-old ship. You're going to sail out of Fort Lauderdale. You're going to go to Princess Keys in the Bahamas, San Juan, Puerto Rico, St. Thomas, and 3 at-sea days on your round-trip journey, December 14th. Our second Princess last-minute deal, there are quite a few, so check out Princess's website if you want to find other ones that may suit you. But this one here is a 7-day Southern Caribbean with Barbados and Antigua. It sails out of San Juan, December 14th through December 21st of 2025 on the Grand Princess. Your interior room starts at $499. It does start in San Juan. The benefit is you're already almost in the Southern Caribbean at that point, so you get a lot of ports on this cruise. You go to St. Thomas, St. Martin, Antigua, Dominica, and Barbados before 1 day at sea, returning back to San Juan on December 21st. If you want to try out Oasis of the Seas, an Oasis-class ship for Royal Caribbean, this is a Western Caribbean cruise sailing February 1st, 2026 on Oasis of the Seas out of Fort Lauderdale, part of their Black Friday mega sale. Current price is $505 per person for an interior room. And you can get an ocean view for $605. So the interior room is the better value here. You're going to do, again, round trip from Fort Lauderdale. You're going to have 2 ports on your journey, which are going to be Nassau, Bahamas, and Falmouth, Jamaica. Sailing again February 1st through February 7th of 2026. If you want a weekend getaway, MSC has a good deal for you, and it includes a free balcony upgrade. There are also good deals on the 4-night ones during the week as well that are similar to this. This is MSC Seaside from Miami, round trip. You're going to go to Nassau and Ocean Key Marine Reserve in the Bahamas. Currently it's $216 per person, sailing February 6th through February 9th of 2026. When we check into the free balcony upgrade, though, we can come in here and see what that looks like. And that free balcony upgrade for the 3-night cruise is $286, which is not too much more than an interior room and the same price as an ocean view room. So a good deal if you're looking for a quick weekend getaway out of Miami. If you want to try out one of Norwegian's newest ships, this is a good deal for you. Sailing in February, it's going to be a 7-day Caribbean round trip from Galveston, Texas, including Harvest Key, Cozumel, and Roatan. So more detailed itinerary here. Galveston, you have 1 day at sea before you get to Cozumel, Harvest Key, Roatan, and Costa Maya before sailing back to Galveston. Again, the Viva is a very new ship, less than 2 years old. Your cruise dates, most of February is around the same price, but the cheapest week is going to be February 21st through 28th of 2026. Here's another itinerary from MSC. This one's a 7-night Caribbean and Bahamas itinerary from the MSC Grandiosa, sailing February 28th through March 7th of 2026 from $319 per person. It's going round trip from Orlando. You're going to go to Nassau, Ocean Key Marine Reserve, and Puerto Plata. with 3 sea days on this round trip journey. If you want a little British flair in your cruise sailing from the United States, Cunard is now doing that. It's the first time that we have featured them on the channel. They're now sailing out of Miami. This cruise is on the Queen Elizabeth from March 3rd through March 12th of 2026. It's a 9-night itinerary, and it is $699 per person for an interior room. Here are your ports that you're going to stop at. You're going to, again, go round trip from Miami. You'll stop in Grand Turk, Montego Bay, Belize City, and Cozumel on this 9-night sailing. If you want to be part of the welcoming party that welcomes Norwegian Jewel to Philadelphia for the season and for the first time in a long time for sailing out of Philadelphia, this is a really good itinerary. It is a one-way, so you are going to start in Miami, but it's a really good itinerary with the ports that it offers on this 10-day Caribbean sailing. April 6th through April 16th, 2026 are the dates. You can get an inside room from $819 and an ocean view from $899 on this 10-night sailing. Your itinerary is going to be, starting in Miami, you'll go to Great Stirrup Cay, an at-sea day, Cabo Rojo, Aruba, and Curacao, which are both excellent ports. Another at-sea day, you'll stop at Puerto Plata, and then you have 2 sea days to get to Philadelphia, welcoming Norwegian to Philadelphia as a port. Pretty cool experience and an excellent itinerary for this cruise. Panama Canal journeys are usually not cheap, but this one is a good value for what it is, and you get to sail across the Panama Canal, which is an experience in itself. This is a 16-day Panama Canal journey from Mobile, Alabama on the Carnival Spirit for $1,004 per person. This is going to sail April 12th through April 28th of 2026. Your stops are going to include Cartagena on your way to the Panama Canal Transit, Cartagena, Colombia, that is, and then Punta Arenas and Cabo San Lucas. And so again, you'll start in Mobile. You'll have 3 days at sea before you get to Colombia. You'll transit the Panama Canal on day 6 before another day at sea, before your time in Punta Arenas, before 3 more days at sea, and Cabo San Lucas, before 3 more days at sea, before you finally end in Seattle, Washington on day 17. For the time of year and the itinerary, this is a great option for you. We're actually considering doing this one if we have enough vacation. This is a Royal Caribbean, Southern Caribbean, and Perfect Day itinerary, sailing out of Orlando, Port Canaveral, Florida on Adventure of the Seas. This sailing date is May 15th through May 23rd, and currently it is $745 per person, which is a really good deal on this itinerary especially. So it's an 8-night journey. You're going to have 2 days at sea before you go to Curacao, spend an entire day in Aruba, and then another 2 days at sea before you come back to Perfect Day at Coco Cay on your round trip journey from Port Canaveral. And if you'd be rather closer to the Arctic Circle than the equator in May, this is going to be a good option and a good price for you here. This is a southbound Alaska and Hubbard Glacier itinerary, starting in Seward, Alaska, and then going to Vancouver, British Columbia on Ovation of the Seas, sailing May 22nd of 2026. Your interior rooms start at $599 per person, which is by far the best deal on this booking. You're going to start in Seward, go to the Hubbard Glacier, stop in Juneau, Skagway, Icy Strait Point, and Vancouver before you get off the ship on May 29th. Last week we featured the relocation cruise to New York City on the Carnival Venezia. This week we're going to feature a round trip from New York City, Manhattan. Mostly because of the time of year, And the price and the amount of time that you get to spend on the ship is really an unmatched deal for the busy season. It's going to sail June 1st through June 10th, so your kids are probably going to be out of school, on a 9-day Eastern Caribbean itinerary from Manhattan. Starts at $824 a person, which is going to be hard to find cheaper than that time of year. You're going to sail out of Manhattan, have 2 days at sea, go to Celebration Key, Nassau, and Half Moon Key, as well as Grand Turk before your 2 days at sea to return to New York City. Here's another itinerary from the almost new Sun Princess on Princess Cruises. This time a little bit later, 2026, December 13th through December 20th, so right before Christmas. You're going to do a 7-day Western Caribbean itinerary with Mexico from $574 for an interior room. Sailing out of Fort Lauderdale, you're going to go to Celebration Key, which is pretty cool for a princess ship, and Cozumel and Roatan on this round trip journey. Here's a good itinerary for Hawaii, and it is at a great price, especially for how far it is out. This is going to be an 8-night one-way from Hawaii to Vancouver on the Celebrity Edge, which is a relatively new ship for Celebrity, sailing May 6th of 2027 for $687 per person for an interior room. You can get an ocean view for a little over $800, which is pretty good, and a balcony for under $900. A lot of times Hawaii cruises you can't get for under $900, so that's a really, really good deal for this one. You're going to start in Honolulu. You're going to be in Kailua Kona for 2 days, so an overnight stay there before your 5 days at sea to come to Vancouver. Again, $687 a person, which is an incredible deal for a Hawaii cruise. And our final deal for the week is another really long sailing from Carnival, but we picked it because of the excellent itinerary and the price that you get to go on it for. So it's a 15-day Southern Caribbean from Port Canaveral, Florida. It is their relocation cruise from Port Canaveral to Norfolk for the Carnival Freedom. It's sailing May 8th through May 23rd of 2027, and the price is $1,074 per person for an interior room. Just listen to this itinerary though. You're going to start in Port Canaveral, have 2 days at sea, go to Aruba and Curacao. You're going to have the afternoon and evening in Aruba, and then business hours in Curacao essentially. A day at sea before you go to Grenada, and then Barbados, St. Lucia, Antigua, St. Martin, and St. Thomas on this journey before your final 3 sea days as the Carnival Freedom relocates to Norfolk for the season. And those are your cruise deals for the week. Thank you very much for watching. Happy cruising, and we will see you on the next deal.